everyone, and a warm welcome to the inaugural ceremony of Huddle 2024, India's largest autumn beach festival. The Honorable Chief Minister has joined us on stage. I request our dignitaries to join on stage Dr. Sumeet, Jarangal, Director of Staff of India, Shri Shaji from NABARD, Shri Abhay, Jere, Vice Chairman of AICTE and Chief Innovation Officer, Shri Bhuvaneshwari, Chief General Manager of State Bank of India. Huddle is a global showcase of Kerala's vibrant startup ecosystem, and this is the 6th edition of Huddle Global, proudly presented to you by the Kerala Startup Mission, which is a nodal agency of the Government of Kerala. Huddle Global 2024 has been off to a great start this morning, and we have already had a lot of leadership talks, panel discussions that have unfolded on this main stage, as well as many other proceedings and other parallel sessions happening in the same location of Pinarayi's program. And now, to formally welcome all of you to the inaugural ceremony of Huddle 2024, I'd like to invite Shri Anoop, Ambika, Chief Executive Officer of Kerala Startup Mission.
Good evening, everyone. Honorable Chief Minister of Kerala, Shri Pinarayi, Chief Secretary of the State, Sarada, Secretary of Electronics and IT, Dr. Rathan, Kelkar, Director of Startup India, Dr. Sumeet, Chairman of NABARD, Shri Shaji, Vice Chairman of Government of Kerala High Power Committee, Shri Shibulal, SBI Chief General Manager, Shri Bhuvaneshwari, Dr. Abhay, Vice Chairman, AICTE, entrepreneurs, mentors, investors, media, and my dear friends. I have done this before, I will do it again with the permission of the Honorable Chief Minister. Let me first welcome the 1,000-odd entrepreneurs who have assembled here as part of Huddle Group. Ladies and gentlemen, you are the ones who keep this speaking. You are the motivators, you are the actors, you are the executors who actually motivate us to do our work. Thank you for being here today. Honorable Chief Minister Shri Pinarayi has always been an advocate of equitable growth. When he first started his term as the Chief Minister, he had 4 missions, which has kind of contributed to Kerala living standards to be in par with the Scandinavian living standards. So we keep telling people that if you want to work, with a set of people who are very healthy, highly educated, and an urban agglomeration of 38,000 plus square kilometers, come to Kerala, work with us, and we will do wonders for you. Thank you, sir, for being here today, spending such time, and it's a pleasure and privilege to welcome you to the stage. Sarada ma'am, I think she was the director of NIFT, with her minimalism and sense of fashion, and I happened to hear your speech last week at the Zoom's animation. Such a lovely speech, madam, I have to say. So the way in which she makes minimalism, fashion, culture, women empowerment, and new age tech very commendable. It's a privilege and pride to have you here, ma'am. Thank you so much. You cannot execute if your boss doesn't let you execute, and that is where Dr. Rathan comes into the play. He understands what we are saying, he consumes what we are saying, tell us what is right and wrong, and let us do our work very well. Sir, we welcome you to this day. Dr. Sumeet, I was actually making a joke to him, I would say that joke again. We were awarded the best performer in the Indian startup ecosystem in 2023. We got awarded last year. And I hope that the hospitality that we are going to give him and the things that we see here at Huddle Global will help us keep their best performance status for the years to come. Welcome sir, to this stage. We have some major projects that have been supported by NABARD. And not small things. K-Space, building a port, some very strategic ports are being supported by the help of NABARD. Sir, it is a pleasure to have you on stage, Shaji TV, who is the chairman of NABARD today, who is also from Trivandrum. Continue to do the good work, sir. Shibulal, sir, I don't need to introduce him to you. He is the vice chairman of the IT committee of the government of Kerala. He works with the 4 IT fellows and Kelkar, Infosys, and Startup Mission to bring in more business and also help the startups to scale up. Sir, it is a pleasure to have you on stage. We are planning something called Freedom Square. I don't know, Dr. Abhay, if you are aware of that, we are trying to sign an MOU with AICTE. We want to create spaces which will be 24/7 open, which will be women friendly. You will have transport from that place, so people can come in and work at Kelkar at any time of the hour. AICTE has kindly, engaged in conversations with us to keep that space that is near to the College of Engineering Trivandrum. It's my pleasure to have Dr. Abhay, Vice Chairman of AICTE. Bhuvaneshwari, you have been a friend of the startup ecosystem. You have started your startup cell in Kelkar. I heard that there's almost 1 crore worth of money that has already been given to the startup. There are many startups who use your space. Thank you so much and welcome to the stage. I want to take a moment to welcome the case of Shri, who has been toiling day in, day out. Glad you rock and welcome to the show, which you yourself have organized. There are many in this forum. Mentors, investors, researchers, innovators, members of the media, students, friends, family, colleagues from Startup Mission who have been working day in and day out. I welcome each and every one of you to the coming 3 days for Huddle, discuss, learn, co-create, network and make new friends. Once again, I welcome all of you to this great event and wish you a fun-filled and productive time. Thank you.
Thank you, Shri Anoop, for the warm welcome that you accorded to everyone present here. Relentless work has gone into creating this thriving startup ecosystem that we have in our state today. To give us a report on this startup ecosystem, I'd like to invite Dr. Rathan, Kelkar, Secretary for IT and Electronics, Government of Kerala.
Good evening. It is said the best way to predict the future is to create it. Today I will briefly highlight the key achievements, growth trends and upcoming opportunities and how Kerala is fast becoming the startup hub of the future. Today Kerala has 6,100 plus startups, 60 incubators and accelerators, 502 mini incubators, 15 lead co-working spaces, 4 startup infinity centers. These are the centers outside the country and 2 will be launched today by the Honorable Chief Minister. 272 women startups, 50 student startups. 1,500 startups have a steady revenue growth. 1,600 are in early revenue stage. Kerala Startup Mission has provided 60,000 jobs already and has started IEDC centers in 500 educational institutions. Kerala Startup Mission has connected with more than 120 high net worth individuals, angel investors, venture capitalists, and has 5 homegrown angel networks. Kerala Startup Mission has been successful in obtaining rupees 5,800 crores of external investment in 140 startups. The mission has partnerships with Kerala Financial Corporation, AICTE, Startup India, Technology Board, CP, Hero Motors Corporation, HDFC, Habitat, Hitachi, L&T, Geo, and many others. The mission is partnering with SEBI for accredited alternative investment funds to invest in startups from Kerala and has supported 20 startups already. Third round of fund has been called out and have onboarded 4 funds. The mission has also collaboration with more than 50 R&D institutions in the state to create the Research Innovation Networks in Kerala, popularly known as the RINC, and startups have secured 15 international patents through the patent support scheme of the startup mission. The startup mission has facilitated more than 200 delegates with 400 startups across the globe as part of the international exposure. Government as a marketplace has provided 30 crore rupees as business to more than 150 startups in the state of Kerala. Thereby, the startups become part of solving the problem statements of the departments. As part of inclusivity, Startup Mission supports women startups through programs like We Start, We Grow, Elevator, and We Scale program. Kerala has tied with the World Bank to assist farmers through the Kerala project, and has also set up tinkering labs in 28 schools, and will further this with 70 more labs this year through the Samagra Shiksha Kerala. So what is there in the pipeline in Kerala? Emerging Technology Hub is the next aspirational project of the Kerala Startup Mission with more than 300 crore investment anticipated through a PPP model. This project aims to create an emerging tech startup ecosystem in 5 focus areas. The Kerala Startup Mission aims to increase the number of startups to 15,000 and also triple the employment generated from the current levels in the next 3 years. The Startup Mission aims to decentralize the startup ecosystem by starting innovation and entrepreneurship development centers, the AICTE centers, in higher educational institutions and also the health institutions. The Startup Mission also aims to collaborate with various national, international organizations to further its cause. To conclude, Kerala is fast growing into a thriving startup hub and is unleashing its infinite potential. How will you collaborate in this Kerala journey is the question. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rathan, Kelkar, for setting the context so well for Huddle 2024 and speaking us to detail about the work that has gone into creating this thriving ecosystem. Now, for the presidential address, I'd like to invite Shri the Muraleedharan IAS Chief Secretary to the Government of Kelkar. Welcome, ma'am. Distinguished persons on and off the desk, I had been hoping when we had an interaction with entrepreneurs that I would find something to speak about today in this presidential address. So while I would start off with congratulating the Kerala Startup Mission and the Department of Electronics and IT in Kerala for having put together yet another successful Huddle Global. I would still like to think in terms of what is business telling us? Where do we need to go forward? And I would like to just perhaps encapsulate the discussion that we had today. So one space, and it's a space which is extremely important to the state of Kerala, which insists that its focus is on growth and equity. And that focus, therefore, would mean, if it is to be translated into action, that we look specifically at social enterprises and how the environment and ecosystem of social enterprises can be developed, nurtured. That will also include looking at women entrepreneurs, whether in social enterprises or not, to becoming, because it is that environment. You would perhaps know of the fact that not just the government of India, but the government of Kerala too, prior to the announcement from the center, have cleared the ABGC, it's our policy. And this actually for us creates a whole huge new opportunity in this sector. I have been given to understand also just how good and creative we are as a community, as a people, and how our human resource in this sector is actually just spreading itself across globally. So maybe we need to learn how to harness that and build business opportunities instead. One other very important discussion point that had come up today was about product development focus. It is interesting, while we oriented ourselves largely towards services, to be told that we really need to be looking at products and product development in the product development ecosystem. And in that, as Rathan already mentioned, that we need to look at emerging technologies, we look at deep tech, AI, ML, but maybe even beyond that, look at quantum mechanics, and we were told about how in photonics, QSAT has been a pioneer in that, and we have the brains, so we now need to have the business behind the brains also, bringing that in. As a suggestion had been made, which was an interesting suggestion. It would be lovely if we could actually carry that out, which was to make the state of Kerala perhaps the first cybercrime-free state in the country. I do not know how we would be able to quite develop the blueprint for that, but if we could, that would be absolutely interesting. So coming to what does the state need to do further as far as the ecosystem is concerned, is first of all, and in a state like Kerala, where land is very expensive, costly, we need to find that land. We need to make available that land, and so both space and infrastructure that would support. We would need to be looking at research-led entrepreneurship a little bit more, leveraging or optimizing, capitalizing, pushing forward the idea of Kerala as a knowledge economy. We would also need to look at how we can bring in resources and financial resources at that. So there was a suggestion made about whether it would be possible with all these global entrepreneurs who have Kerala roots and connection, that we actually look at putting together a Kerala fund. That would be a private investment-led fund that will enable our startups. And how exactly are we going to bring a much better angel investor investment into the state, into our ecosystem? Perhaps that would be a matter of looking at aligning our policies in such a way that we could look at co-collaboration. So this was again an idea that had come up. For product development, one important thing is, of course, is the availability of testing facilities and to work on that. And we were told quite authoritatively that while we are good at product experience and design, we suck at sales and marketing. So that evidently should be an area that we that look to find as to exactly how do we overcome that challenge for ourselves, for the community. And I thought the greatest takeaway for me today was a very pithy statement that was made, which was that money follows opportunity. So I hope we create that opportunity which will bring money and which will help us grow and grow beautifully, responsibly, equitably, and particularly climate and SDG reliant and responsible. My best wishes to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for highlighting our specific challenges and opportunities
in this road forward. And now it's the moment that all of us have been waiting for. I heartily invite the Honourable Chief Minister of Kerala, Shri Vijayan, for his inaugural address.
Good evening. Let me begin by extending a warm welcome to each and every one of you present here. It is our pleasure and privilege to have you all here with us at the largest startup festival in the country, Huddle Global 2020. Kerala is proud to host the 6th consecutive edition of the most coveted event in India's tech startup ecosystem. Twenty 2024 has been really good for Kerala's startup ecosystem. The Government of India's Department of Industry and Trade announced Kerala as the best performing state as part of the yearly state startup ranking framework. While it was a great endorsement for the good work that we have done, it came as no surprise either, because over the last 8 years plus there has been a paradigm shift in Kerala's startup ecosystem. In 2024, Kerala has more than 6,100 startups, providing more than 62,000 employment opportunities, generating rupees 5,800 crore as investments. We are also seeing more and more job seekers in the country preferring to work in Kerala. The India Skills Report 2024 noted that Kerala, with its enchanting landscapes and vibrant cultural significance, emerged as the preferred state for job seekers across the country. Among both males and females, the state's unique blend of natural beauty and economic opportunities position it as a beacon for those in search of fulfilling careers. Our achievements over the years and the recognitions that we are getting for them remind us of the greater responsibilities that lie ahead of us. That is why we went back to the drawing board and redrafted the startup vision that Kerala holds for the future. As part of this new vision, we have taken up a few initiatives. Kerala is an urban agglomeration that covers more than 38,000 square kilometers. It is fully connected through optical fiber, providing high quality talent in every nook and corner of the state. While the other metro cities choked with problems of urbanization like traffic, pollution and water shortage, Kerala suffers none of these ordeals. We have some of the best quality air and water, as well as the most efficient modes of public transportation in the country. It offers a unique opportunity to decentralize knowledge-based industries across the state and ensure equitable growth. With this in mind, we have started a network of LEAP, Local Entrepreneurship Advancement Program. LEAP centers which enables aspiring entrepreneurs from all over the state to set up startups close to the homes or education institutions. Currently, we have a network of 15 LEAP centers in Kerala which are growing and operating across the state under the auspices of Kerala Startup Mission. I urge all higher education institutions to set up LEAP centers which will encourage and enable students to establish startups. Last week, Kerala's Department of Higher Education issued a landmark directive asking all institutions under it to set up IEDCs, Innovation, Entrepreneurship and Development Centers. We plan to replicate this model in the educational and research institutions that operate under the health and agricultural departments as well. IEDCs in each district will then form freedom squares where interdisciplinary collaboration and ideation will happen. We expect freedom squares to become the epicenters of innovation and entrepreneurship in every district. Kerala Startup Mission is also successfully working with Samudra Shiksha Kerala in setting up maker labs in 100 primary schools. This will nurture a student maker community in the state. India is aspiring to become the deep tech capital of the world, competing with the likes of the United States and Scandinavian countries. Kerala would like to play a major role in this pursuit. Emerging Technology Hub, ETH, is an ambitious initiative that we have embarked upon as part of this new journey. This is a futuristic product development hub which will focus on 5 specific sectors: food and agriculture, space technology, renewable energy, digital media and entertainment, and healthcare and life sciences. ETH is envisioned as a PPP company in a 3-acre campus in Technocity, Pinarayi. The estimated cost of the project is 350 crores, and I urge the private investors and enterprises across the globe to seriously consider investing in this new company, which will work on path-breaking and futuristic products in the identified sectors. Early stage capital is extremely important for the startup ecosystem to thrive. I would like to take this opportunity and urge the high network individuals in each district to come together and create angel funds following the successful examples of Kerala Angel Network and Malabar Angel Network. I am happy to inform you all that the Kerala Startup Mission is one of the project management units of the $200 million Kerala project funded by the World Bank. With the help of the HDFC Parivartan grant, NABARD support and CSR funds, we will be able to make major interventions in the agricultural sector to ensure better prices for agricultural produce and thereby ensure higher incomes to farmers. We continuously embark on global exposure programs for our startups. Kerala Startup Mission, along with the IT Committee of Kerala is setting up an ambitious international market acceleration program, IMAP, where the Indian diaspora can participate in the global scale-up of local startups for investment, mentorship, and business development. I would also urge all the foreign delegates present here to seriously consider Kerala as the next global capability center destination. In the upcoming Invest Kerala Global Summit, we will have an investment pitch session dedicated for startups. It will provide an exceptional opportunity for startups to showcase innovative ideas and business models to a panel of prominent investors from across the globe. Participants can connect directly with investors and propel their ventures to the next level by attracting potential funding, forming strategic partnerships, and gaining invaluable insights from experienced industry leaders. The fact that homegrown startups like Interval and Open in EduTech and FinTech respectively are making Kerala proud in these times underline the robustness of our startup ecosystem. I am sure that you all know about big firms like IBM, HCL, Sarada Global, NOB, BT, etc. Setting up shop in Kerala. This is surely good news for our startups too. Yes, they stand no benefit from the various projects handled by these big firms. It needs to be noted that Kerala contributes an impressive 3.8% to India's GDP, despite having only 1.18% of the country's land area. The stress for space is felt in our IT parks too. In none of the IT parks in the state do we currently have free space. In fact, there is even a long waiting list of applicants in our IT parks anticipating the allocation of space. To tide over this crunch, Kerala has introduced the innovative land pooling model. We hope that this, along with the work near home centers that are being built, will ensure adequate space for tech companies and startups. We live in times when artificial intelligence is transforming the tech and startup ecosystem. AI is opening up incredible opportunities for innovation. However, it is important to critically evaluate the direction being taken, especially when many startups today focus on deploying existing AI models, such as GPT, through interfaces like chatbots or with minimal adaptations. While these applications add value, they often do not tap into the true transformative potential of AI in solving complex problems. AI's capabilities can be leveraged to unlock innovations in personalized education, smarter supply chains, predictive crop yield models, or even advanced tools for Malayalam language processing, such as automated translation systems and much more. Our focus should be on creating solutions that address the unique challenges of our society. This is our opportunity to move beyond repackaging existing tools and instead focus on creating innovations that drive real impact. I encourage our entrepreneurs, innovators, and experts to collaborate and push the boundaries of what AI can do. We are gathered at Kovalam, one of the prime tourist locations in Kerala. As mentioned in the India Skills Report 2024, to which I referred earlier, our enchanting landscapes and unique natural beauty endears us to job seekers. To make the best of it, we are embarking on some ambitious projects where we could blend technology and tourism. Projects like startup boards will provide opportunities for technocrats from across the globe to come and spend a few months in Kerala's scenic locations and build a minimum viable prototype while also experiencing the local culture and cuisine. There are many such exciting projects on the anvil, and rest assured, we are ready to build quality products for the world. Please use the next few days to understand our tech landscape, unlearn, relearn, and network. We have a meaningful and productive time in Kerala. I also hope that you will have lots of fun, enjoy the beach, and make friends before you head back. Spread the word about the massive tech transformation that is happening in Kerala and encourage the world to join hands with us. With these words, I officially declare Huddle Global 2024 open for business. To the better skill locally and sell globally. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister, for the visionary leadership with which you have helped build this dynamic startup ecosystem and for laying out some of the ambitious plans that you have for the state. Now, we would like to humbly request the Honorable Chief Minister to perform some ceremonies on stage, some launches, some MOU exchanges which will kickstart some exciting projects which will propel Kerala's future into a technology innovative future. And we start with a strategic implementation report of the Emerging Technology Hub that's coming up in Technopark Phase 4. And I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Prasad, the nutrition partner of Grand Mountain Parent LLP. We are the resource partners for the strategy implementation report, and the Honorable Chief Minister will unveil the ETH report at the inaugural ceremony of Huddle Global 2024. And now, the Honorable Chief Minister will launch the Build IT Big for Billions program through the iPad. And we have, the iPad on stage for the Chief Minister to launch this project. It is an initiative to reduce import dependence by promoting locally made alternatives from Kerala. Build IT Big for Billions program. We also have the launch of Startup Infinity programs happening on stage today. First, we have the Startup Infinity Center in collaboration with AICTE Berlin, Germany. I'd like to bring on stage Shri Muraleedharan, Managing Director of AICTE Smart Shore. Kerala Startup Mission and AICTE Berlin are exchanging the MOU for the Startup Infinity Germany for the workplace access and support services for the selected startups that are affiliated with Kerala Startup Mission. Open and private workspace initial concessions of no rental charges for first 3 months. There are many exciting plans in the pipeline with the Startup Infinity Center. Next, we have the signing and exchanging of 5 MOUs coming up on stage. First is an MOU exchange with HDFC Bank. Kerala Startup Mission is proud to partner with HDFC Bank to launch a groundbreaking initiative aimed at identifying and supporting startups working in the social impact space. To identify and support startups working in the social impact space, that's an MOU exchange with the HDFC Bank and Kerala Startup Mission. Now, an MOU exchange with Pinarayi and AICTE. Kerala Startup Mission and Pinarayi and AICTE is exchanging an MOU for launching innovations, research and startup development programs in sectors of automotive technology. We have on stage Shri, Abhay, CEO of Pinarayi and Srimati Sanjana, Senior Manager from Pinarayi, along with Shri Anoop, CEO of Kerala Startup Mission. Next is an exchange of letter of intent with British Council. Kerala Startup Mission and British Council are exchanging the letter of intent, a collaboration to strengthen the creative economy and cultural industries in the state of Kerala. Shri Jarangal, Director of British Council, South India, and Shri Ambika, CEO of Kerala Startup Mission, to exchange the letter of intent in the presence of the Honorable Chief Minister. We have a letter of intent exchange with AICTE, an AICTE space, which Kerala Startup Mission is executing. It's called the Freedom Square, a vibrant hub for innovators to come and develop products. Mr. Abhay, Jere, who's on the stage already. Now, we have a very special ceremony happening on stage, and this launch of a campaign is going to be done by Shri Muraleedharan in the presence of the Honorable Chief Minister. I'd like to bring on stage co-founder of FemiSafe, Naureen Aisha. It's the launch of FemiSafe Pad-Free Kerala campaign, and they're kicking off this campaign by offering 1 lakh free menstrual cups in the state of Kerala, and the phase 1 launch is happening on this stage. By handing it over to Shri Muraleedharan in the presence of the Honorable Chief Minister. And now, an agreement exchange of the Robo Card is going to happen between Shri Anoop, Chief Executive Officer of Kerala Startup Mission, and V.S. Prince from Trishur Jilla Panchayat is the President, and Inka Robotics team, Rahul Balachandran and Amit Raman. Trishur District is setting up a Robo Card in association with Kerala Startup Mission, being managed by Inka Robotics in Trishur. The agreement is being exchanged on stage. So many stellar campaigns, projects being kicked off on this stage. I request everyone to take a seat, and we have a video to be played on stage. This is about the emerging technology hub that was launched very first. We will have a video about that on stage now.
Kerala, a land known for its timeless beauty and unwavering focus on social development, is now sporting a bold new future. Led by Kerala Startup Mission, the Hub will bring global ideas and local talent together, focusing on 5 key sectors: space, digital media, entertainment, healthcare and life sciences, food and agriculture, and energy. In space, LEO satellites and ground station services will enhance observation, communication, and planning. AR, VR, and metaverse are set to redefine tourism, education, and entertainment. Healthcare innovations like AI diagnostics, cell and gene therapy, and anti-aging solutions will transform medical care. Precision farming powered by AI and robotics will drive sustainable agriculture, and energy initiatives like Hydrogen Valley and smart grids will empower green energy communities. With an investment of 260 crore rupees and a target of 8,800 crore by 2035, Kerala's emerging technology hub is set to create a sustainable and prosperous future, fostering companies that will serve global markets. We warmly invite corporates, investors, and visionaries to join us on this extraordinary journey. Together, let's create innovative solutions to shape a brighter tomorrow.
An ambitious project indeed, the Emerging Technology Hub, coming up soon in NABARD Phase 4. And now, for his special guest, I'd like to invite the co-founder of Infosys and member of Huddle IT committee formed by the Government of Kerala, Shri Shibulal.
Good evening, everyone. Honorable CM of Kerala, dignitaries on the right, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. It's a great pleasure for me to be here. I was born in AICTE, grew up in Kerala, did most of my studies here. My degree is from Sarada College, Cochin, and my first master's is from SM College, Vijayan. So coming to Kerala is always something dear to my heart. My lifetime has witnessed the largest transformation which humankind has seen in such a short period. We have seen enormous improvement in every aspect of human life, in medicine, in transportation, in urbanization, in migration, and in globalization. Digital transformation has touched each and every one of us in one way or another. Unfortunately, the progress in areas like poverty alleviation, removing inequality, universal health care, and 100% literacy has eluded us. Today, we are at the cusp of next major transformation led by artificial intelligence. AI will impact every aspect of our life. How we learn, how we work, how we connect, and how we communicate. More than a technology transformation, this will be a social transformation. It will impact all aspects of people, profit, and planet. Now, given the fact that the previous transformations have not enabled us to address some of the major issues faced by our population, I believe as leaders, innovators, and entrepreneurs, we need to keep in mind the following 6 points as we embrace this new world of AI. The first one is human-centric innovation. You are not just developing great technology-enabled products and services. You should keep humanity and life experiences ahead of technology. Put human needs at the center of your innovation. Second, build unifying ecosystems. Collaboration and co-creation across the ecosystem is the cornerstone of modern success. For example, the Kochi Open Mobility Network is a good example of unifying ecosystem. Third one, building developmental models. We need to build development models which are humane, inclusive, and sustainable. Kerala startups can lead a way by blending technology with green practices, ensuring equitable growth for both people and planet. And the fourth one is deep tech for global competitiveness. Kerala startups must embrace deep technologies like AI, generative AI, robotics, and digital twins. This will enable the creation of intellectual property and position India as a global innovation leader. While the last 3 points are about technology and innovation, the next 2 are about you, the individual. How do you need to transform yourself in this new world? Number 1 is leadership. Transformation needs leadership. We need leaders who can inspire and empower others. Leaders who can sense, make sense, and act in such a way that progress can be created. They should be able to execute improvements, even micro improvements, which will create systemic change in the long run. And the last point is about empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feeling of others. It involves putting ourselves in the shoes and actively listening, being non-judgmental and showing genuine care and concern. Empathy fosters strong relationship, effective communication and supportive work environment where everyone feels valued and heard. In a world driven by AI, empathy remains our great human strength, enabling us to bridge the gap between technology and human connection. It reminds us to design AI systems that understand, support and uplift people and not just optimize outcomes. So, let me conclude by saying, as we embark on your next venture, keep Huddle in mind. Human-centric innovation, unifying ecosystem, developmental models, deep tech, leadership and empathy. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you for the personal pointers that you shared today, Shri Shibulal, and for the continued guidance in shaping the policy of the state. Next, for the special address, I'd like to invite Dr. Sumeet, IAS, Director of Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, and more importantly, the Director of Startup India. Welcome, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Sir, I would first want to acknowledge the leadership shown by Honorable CM, sir. Sir, I have been to many programs and I haven't seen many CMs giving so much of time listening to everyone, listening to stakeholders. And I hope you will always able to go a long way. Ma'am, your leadership as Chief Secretary, sir, your leadership, I think we know why Kerala is one of the best performing states, and my friend over there, I definitely think it will still remain as one of the best states, but the competition is tough. The competition is tough because when I represent Startup India, I also represent the third largest ecosystem in the world. And when we talk to our friends, we have friends from Finland here, we have friends from Switzerland. So we were very recently, this year, last year, we have 30 representatives. They are also amazed by the journey that we have been able to travel in the last 8 years. So Startup India was launched in 2016, and in 8 years, we are 160,000 startups. We are around 300 incubators in our network. We have 2 funds. Fund of Funds, which has been able to mobilize 80,000 crores in startups, and out of those 80,000 crores, around 2,000 crores have come in around 26 more startups are based out of Kerala. So that is the scale we are talking about. And while I have been here, I have been interacting with many startups, and one closest startup that are here. So I must also acknowledge the word Huddle that has been given. So when we talk about Huddle, it is a kind of a team coming together, collaborating to find solutions. So ultimately, what is the biggest problem India faces? The biggest challenge for India is to become a developed nation, an inclusive nation, and a nation which is based on sustainability. So, how to startup India comes into play? So, for those 100-odd startups who are here, we are here to help you out. So, what does a startup need? A startup maybe as early as an idea. So that idea needs support so that it can be turned into a commercially viable entity. And that is where we have this network of incubators. Out of the 260 odd incubators, around 7 are in Kerala, and I would request the mission to play a more proactive role, a more hand-holding role, because many of the applications which are coming from Kerala unfortunately are not getting there. So I would request you to kind of handle them so that many more startups get that help. There is another scheme where Shri is our partner, and that is called Fund of Funds. So when a particular startup is able to demonstrate the product viability and it has to scale up, we give up to 50 CR to a particular startup, and that's a private body which judges the quality of the product, service, and how it can multiply. And then we have a credit guarantee scheme where one of the challenges that we have found is that many a time the product is there at a reasonable level, they have shown to be successful, but when it comes to orders, they do not have that financial support. So there is where the help of banks, and I also want to acknowledge the role of HDFC in the credit guarantee scheme, and I'm very happy that they have also signed an MOU as far as the social entrepreneur is concerned. When we, last 2 years, there has been a shift in what Startup India is doing. When we analyze our data, we found that more than 81% of startups were service-oriented. Whereas, the government of India since last year has been talking about manufacturing and how we can become, manufacturing superpower. So, in last 1 year, there has been a shift in focus where we, from sector agnostic, try to do something so that we can work on, product-based startups. And here I would also want, mature companies, because at the end of the day, government is just one stakeholder. The entities, the commercials, the companies which have been successful, they also need to support these emerging startups so that this ecosystem can develop in a better way. Another thing, our experience of taking startups abroad and showcasing their products, we since last year have a marquee event which is called as Startup Mahakumbh. Last year, more than 20,000 startups participated. We had participation from 20 countries, and I would like to use this platform to request all of you, all the startups here, to please be part of it. Our international friends from Finland, from Switzerland, from Chile, and any other country who are here, please have a look at our website. And we will also be officially reaching out to your missions and trying to get your support, and not only get your support in terms of presence, we would also want your startups to come here, because at the end of the day, India provides you the, I would say, a biggest opportunity where the scaling can be done of the products. And finally, I would also like to highlight one of I think the Honorable Senior is going, so with that also I would like to finish. Thank you everyone.
The Honorable Chief Minister has to leave for another meeting at 5:30. Thank you, Dr. Sumeet IAS, for the words of appreciation that you showered on the state of Kerala, and for the pointers that you gave for the future journey of Kerala Startup Mission. And now, for a felicitation, I'd like to invite the Chairman of NABARD, Shri Shaji KV. Welcome, sir.
So good evening to all of you, dignitaries on and off the dais, and ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to associate with this marquee event here. It In fact, I represent a sector where one of my speakers before me has spoken about growth with equity, inclusiveness, and democratization of innovation. So we are actually driving the innovation to the sector where the mass depends on. That is the rural sector or the agriculture sector to be specific. So I represent NABARD, that is National Bank of Agriculture and Rural Development, which for those who are not knowing, we are the largest development financial institution in the country. So now the question of growth is equity. India, you all know, is growing fast. Even if we are not taking the measures with the force now we have reached, I think India will grow. But then whether that growth will involve the masses, that is what we need to look at. For that, a lot of innovative spirit need to be there in the rural and agriculture sector, and that is where NABARD as an ecosystem player is now taking its role. Already there were mention about some interventions NABARD had in this state. Of course, the space park which the government of Kerala has set up, we were a major partner of that. The proposed Kerala project, we in fact had a discussion today on how we can develop innovative aspects in climate resilient agriculture in Kerala, and also the space park which I have already told, and then the incubation centers. NABARD across the country has set up 7 incubation centers in association with the method of the technology, interventions like, in fact, one in Madurai, where the agriculture university is involved. It has created at least around 60 startups to spin off. Now, similar, our next incubation center, I would like to declare that it will be set up in Kerala, along with Kerala Agricultural University. We want that the innovators in Kerala should be benefited out of the actions of NABARD. Here, we have heard about general partners, limited partners in venture capital. NABARD want to play both the roles. Of course, it's slightly difficult to play the general partner as an entity, so we have set up a subsidiary, that is NAB Ventures, which is working as the general partner, where we have invested there as a limited partner. That, of course, a lot of banks have invested. The corpus of around 598 crores have already been invested. So we are now coming up with an Agri-Sure fund in association with the Government of India, which is a 750 crore fund, which is targeted at early stage innovators in the agri and rural space. And we will be shortly following up with the fund 2 in the NAB Ventures, which will be of the size of around 1,000 crores. So in that case, we would like to now be a PP, that is the patient partner, because along with GP and LP, we want impact need to be created. I know many of the private players who are coming in the venture capital space, where we will be looking at making quick money maybe in 5 or 7 years. But being a government-owned entity, I think we can afford to become an impact investor, where we will be a patient partner, maybe in a longer range of say 8 to 15 years or even beyond that. We can stay invested. That much financial muscle, because of our backing from the Government of India, we can have. So already we have set up certain funds. Rural Incubation Fund is there, Technology Facilitation Fund is there. All these funds, and even the latest one being the Climate Fund, which we have set up. So all these funds can be channelized for any innovative interventions for solving the problems in the rural sector. And for that, you can count upon NABARD. We have offices across all the states, in the state capitals itself. Our head office is in Mumbai. So what we want to pledge over here is that all over, I understand that a lot of international and national players are here in the startup ecosystem. You can look up to NABARD for support as a patient partner, as an impact investor in your whatever innovative interventions you are bringing in, provided there is some sort of a scale which can be brought in. And we will also partner with all the state governments, including the Kerala government for this. In fact, we are partnering in the Kozhikode Cyber Park. We have already invested there, and also Techno Park Phase 4 at Kundara also we have supported. So, in the proposed Phase 4 of Techno Park at Artingal also, we will will be looking for our active participation there. So thank you, and I want to reconfirm here that NABARD will be an active partner in Kerala, and also all the startup innovators over here to take the innovative development of the country. Country as a whole is developing fast, but innovation has to fast track the development. In that stage, NABARD will be there. Thank you, and have a nice evening.
Thank you, Mr. Shaji, for that continued partnership of NABARD with our state and also for your presence here. We really appreciate it. And now for a felicitation, I'd like to invite Shri Abhay Jere, Vice Chairman of AICTE and the Chief Innovation Officer of Ministry of Education, Government of India. Welcome, sir.
On the dais, off the dais. First, I would really like to congratulate and thank Kerala Startup Mission, because ma'am, when we as AICTE decided to reach out to various startup missions in states, the first response we received was from Kerala Startup Mission, and then we got it from Gujarat Startup Mission. So the kind of brand Kerala Startup Mission has built across the country, we as AICTE feel very fortunate to collaborate with you. Ma'am, what we believe is that AICTE can bring complementary and supplementary strength to Kerala Startup Mission, because we as a regulator currently have 13,000 institutions under us and about 1.5 million engineers come out of AICTE institutions annually. We can say that India has, through AICTE, has delivered engineering education to the world, because we have already surpassed China for having maximum number of engineers, and I don't think there is any company across the globe where an Indian engineer from AICTE institutions is not working. But now we are moving from a regulator to a facilitator role, and we are not just working at higher educational level, but even at school level. And that's where we think that we can bring actually a complementary strengths for Kerala Startup Mission. Ma'am, you will agree with me that it's easy to create infrastructure, but it's very difficult to work on mindset, because for generations we are in a service kind of a mindset where we want employment and those kind of things, and suddenly if you ask them, students or youngsters to become entrepreneurs, there are a large number of pressures. So as AICTE, we have taken up a role of building that mindset, creating that mindset. And by partnering with agencies like Kerala Startup Mission, we think that we actually bring a lot of strength to the team. We are working with large number of schools. And as Chief Secretary Madam is there, I would actually like to take this opportunity to request Madam that if we can come up with some kind of a program, which we are working with PhD schools in our central schools, if we can come up with some kind of a school innovation council kind of a program, then together with Kerala Startup Mission, we will be able to actually push the culture of innovation and entrepreneurship in schools, because that is where it needs to actually start. Because if they come from a rote learning culture and then suddenly you ask them to innovate while they are in higher education institutions, then it's going to be very, very difficult. You said that we have to emerge as knowledge-based economy. It means we have to emerge as problem solvers. And problem solvers, if you have to do that, then each and every student in this country needs to be taught on design thinking, how to emerge as problem solver, how to think as a problem solver. So ma'am, with CBSE, India is the first country to actually have a design thinking as an elective from 6th standard. But if we can work with Kerala government and introduce design thinking at school level itself, then I believe that we will be able to create a huge generation of problem solvers. And if Kerala government's adopting, then the model gets actually replicated in all the other states, because that is always been right. So we are very, very excited to work with you. Apart from that, we would like to do a lot of hackathons with the government, a lot of idea competitions and idea challenges with government, grant challenges with government, so that the partnership which we are currently aiming at, we can start small, which we are going to, but eventually this should lead into something far more comprehensive, and we should be able to create a model we are all hoping on, which we can go ahead and replicate in other states. So I hope that that happens. I will work with the government agencies, the bureaucracy here, to get those policy decisions in place. Even if we can get a national innovation or a Kerala innovation and startup policy aimed at teachers and students, then that will be also great. Because what should be the revenue sharing model, what should be the equity sharing model, what should be the IP sharing model, those clarity will help in further pushing some of these things at the grassroots level, and we would be more than happy to work with you, ma'am. So I again wish Kerala Startup Mission all the best, and let's explore how we can take this relationship forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shri, Jere, for highlighting a significant point in entrepreneurial enterprise, I would say, and that is mindset shift, something that definitely needs to be touched upon. And for the next felicitation, I'd like to invite Shrimati Bhuvaneshwari, Chief General Manager of State Bank of India. She's been overseeing the entire retail business and operations in the state of Kerala since July 2023. Welcome, ma'am.
Distinguished guests, entrepreneurs and innovators, a warm good afternoon to all of you. I am honored to be standing here. A big thank you to Shri Anoop, Ambika and his team for giving us this opportunity. As we all know, KSUM, they have been doing startup accelerating programs, which involves not only finding funding, giving you a platform to innovate, network, and also to this kind of programs where you can get some mentoring and networking help. Today, last year, when this meet happened, this Huddle Global Meet, this is one such platform we got for doing an MOU with the Kerala Startup Mission for an exclusive banking partner to be a preferred banking partner. So when we got this, we thought it is our responsibility to do something for the startup community at the Technopark. So what we did was, we had a branch in Technopark. We started a startup cell there. Last year, after the MOU, we started a startup cell there, and then we now are proud to say that 150 startups are associated with us. They have accounts with us. They also, what we did was, not only opening accounts, we gave them guidance in the form of expert advice from chartered accountants, from venture capitalists and lawyers. This was found to be very, very good by them. Apart from this, we did one more thing. we realized while we discussed with them that the one big thing they all have is they have an idea. They don't have a place. Especially in Technopark. If you are coming from outside, you come to Technopark to give your presentation to some company, you don't even have a place to change or look at your PPT, whether it is working, talking to somebody, and also doing a video conferencing. So we created a co-work space for our customers who are the startups, and they can use the co-work space within the Technopark, and we were surprised that today they pre-booked it, and we have around 25 members using this on a daily basis. This morning, when I was interacting with the startups, I met one founder of Centurion startup. This girl, Atisha, was here, and she told me her success story. She says she was single-handedly started from the core space that State Bank of India gave her. Slowly, still she uses it. Slowly she built up. Few months back, she got an order from US, $7,000. She is an AI-based, generative AI-based startup. And now she has a 15-member team working from home, and also whenever they meet, they make that work. This was a real heartwarming for me. I really thought my days made today. I request all of you, please, to come and check us out on what Adisha's story, whether it is true or not. Wish you all the best, and because of you, the kind of support that the government is also giving, I am sure Kerala will become the knowledge center that the government is thinking of making it to be. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Shri Bhuvaneshwari, for sharing that heartwarming anecdote indeed, and for inspiring us for further collaborations in the future. Before we move into the formal vote of thanks, I'd like to request our Chief Executive Officer to present mementos to all our dignitaries on stage. And I'm told that Shaji sir has to leave immediately to catch his flight as well, so we'll start with him. Representing our tokens of appreciation to all the dignitaries on stage, let's start with Shri Shaji, the Chairman of NABARD. Our Chief Executive Officer, Shri Anoop, will be presenting the memento.
ഇവിടെ ഒരു സെക്ഷൻ കൂടെ ഉണ്ട്, ഒരു സെക്ഷൻ ഉണ്ടല്ലേ, 6:30 വരെ.
And now, Dr. Sumeet, Director of Startup India. Shri Shibulal, co-founder of Infosys and VC of AICTE. Rathan. A token of our appreciation to Shri Shibulal. Now Shri Abhay, Jere, Vice Chairman of AICTE and Chief Inauguration Officer of the Ministry of Education, Government of India. Shrimati Bhuvaneshwari, Chief General Manager of State Bank of India.
ഇതുകൊണ്ട് കോപ്പി ചെയ്യാൻ കൊടുക്കുക, എല്ലാവരും അടുത്ത സെഷൻ വേറെ എടുക്കാൻ പിന്നെ സമയം.
Thank you, Shri Ambika. And now for the formal expression of gratitude to everyone gathered here, I'd like to invite Shri Thomas, Chief Operating Officer of Kerala
been a long day, and most of you are waiting to get to the beach or to the founders meet. I'll keep it very short. And I have very few people to thank on the day today. So first of all, let me thank the Chief Guest of the day, Honorable Chief Minister Shri Pinarayi Vijayan. The amount of time he spent here speaks volume about the importance this government makes on startups and its growth. And over the years, Kerala is what it is today, thanks to the intervention and forward-looking policies of the state. I thank Shri Sarada, Muraleedharan IAS, Chief Secretary, Government of Kerala, and Rathan IAS for listening to our crazy ideas and helping us bringing into beautiful, impactful realities. I also thank Dr. Sumeet Kumar IAS, our dear Shibulal, a man who needs no introduction, Shri Shaji KV, Chairman NABARD, Shri Abhay, Jere, Vice Chairman AICTE, and Shri Bhuvaneshwari, Chief General Manager SBA, for your support and for raising this occasion. Last but not the least, I thank Anoop, Ambika, CEO of Kerala Startup Mission, and my colleague Ashok for leading our team and designing this beautiful experience for all of us in this pristine beach Muraleedharan. These 3 days, let's make some waves, swim with the sharks, and have a kind of a time. Thank you all, and have fun.
Thank you, Shri Tom, and thank you, gentlemen, for joining us on stage. Everyone, that brings us to the close of the inaugural ceremony, but the night is still young. At day 1 of Huddle Global 2024,